Listen to me. Success ain't easy. It's not pretty. It's not comfortable. It's going to be a dogfight. You're going to have to wake up every single day ready to battle for your dream, because life doesn't hand you anything. It tests you. It pushes you. It breaks you just to see if you'll fight back. Everybody wants the prize, but not everybody's willing to pay the price. You want that championship? You want that degree? You want that business to work? Then you better be ready to bleed for it. Because when the storm comes, when the pain hits, when it feels like everything's falling apart, that's when warriors are made. You can't fold now. You can't give up now. This is your fight. When that alarm goes off at 4 a.m., you get up and grind. When your body says, I'm done, your spirit says one more rep. When your mind says quit, your heart screams, push harder. You've got to want it bad enough to outwork everyone in the room, because this fight, it's not about who's bigger, who's faster, or who's smarter. It's about who's hungrier. And the truth is, you're going to lose some rounds. You're going to fall down. But every time you get knocked down, you better stand up stronger, because champions aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never stop fighting. It's going to be a dogfight. But if you stay in the ring long enough, if you keep swinging when everyone else quits, I promise you, victory will be yours. Remember, pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Now get back in the fight. Success is a fight, not a gift. Every dream you've ever had, every goal you've ever written down, it's all going to demand something from you. Nothing comes for free. The world doesn't hand out victories. It tests for worthiness. And that test, my friend, is a fight. It's the kind of fight that will break you down to your knees, make you question your purpose, and push you to your limits. It's a battle of will, of faith, of endurance. It's not a straight path. It's a battlefield. And if you're not ready to go to war for what you say you want, you'll never have it. People love to talk about success like it's a trophy you just pick up when you decide to chase your dreams. They love to post quotes and hashtags about grinding and hustling. But when it's time to fight, when it's time to lose sleep, to sacrifice, to endure pain, they vanish. Because it's easy to want it when it's comfortable, when it's convenient. But the truth is, success will test you when you're weak. It'll test you when you're tired. It'll test you when you have nothing left but your will. And in that moment, when everything inside you says, I can't do this anymore, that's when you find out who you really are. You have to understand something. This isn't a movie. There's no background music, no cheering crowd. There's just you alone trying to fight through life's noise. Some days you'll wake up ready to take over the world. Other days you'll struggle to even get out of bed. And that's when the fight begins, because discipline doesn't care about how you feel. The universe doesn't reward emotions, it rewards effort. You don't get points for almost showing up. You don't get trophies for talking about it. You get results only when you show up and fight, even when you don't feel like it. There will be moments when you're tired of fighting, when it feels like you've done everything right and still nothing's working. You'll ask yourself, why me? Why is this happening? And I need you to understand something. This is the price of greatness. Every champion, every successful person you admire paid their dues in silence. They fought battles no one saw. They cried when nobody was watching. They bled, they broke, and they rebuilt themselves. Because success doesn't come to the most talented. It comes to the most determined. It comes to the ones who refuse to quit when it hurts. It comes to the ones who keep swinging even when they're out of strength. You've got to develop a fighter's mentality. You can't be fragile. You can't be soft. The world doesn't care about your comfort zone. It's ruthless, it's cold, and it's unfair. But that's what makes the victory worth it. If it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was simple, success wouldn't mean anything. The reason victory feels good is because of the pain it cost you. Every failure, every sleepless night, every tear, every sacrifice. It all builds the foundation of your triumph. You're not losing time when you struggle. You're building strength. You're not wasting effort when you fail. You're learning the way forward. So when life knocks you down, don't lay there and complain. Don't cry about what you lost. Wipe your face, get up, and get back in the fight. You've come too far to quit now. Remember why you started. Remember the dream that lit the fire in your soul. That vision wasn't given to you by accident. It was planted in you for a reason. That purpose is your fuel. Every time you feel tired, remember that purpose. Every time you feel like quitting, remember what's at stake. Because you're not just fighting for you. You're fighting for your future, for your family, for your legacy. You're fighting for the version of yourself that refuses to settle for average. When you start fighting for your dreams, life will fight back. It'll throw obstacles in your path. People will doubt you, and circumstances will break you. But that's not a sign to quit. It's a sign you're getting closer. The greater the battle, the closer you are to victory. Every trial is preparation. Every challenge is shaping you for the next level. Success isn't about avoiding the fight. It's about mastering it. It's about learning how to keep your composure in chaos, how to keep your faith when everything's falling apart, how to keep moving when the weight feels unbearable. You can't cheat the process. You can't skip the struggle. The process is the price. That's what separates dreamers from doers. Anybody can say they want success, but few are willing to put in the years of unseen effort. You've got to show up when no one's watching. You've got to work when the world is sleeping. You've got to grind through pain, through failure, through rejection, because when everyone else quits, the one who keeps fighting becomes unstoppable. The fight is not against others. It's against your old self. It's against your excuses, your fears, your laziness, your doubt. Every day, you're either winning that fight or losing it. There will be nights when you question if it's worth it, when the sacrifice feels too heavy, when you feel isolated and forgotten. But remember, that's how every great story begins. Every legend was once an underdog. Every champion was once overlooked. But they fought. They stayed committed when nobody believed in them. They use pain as fuel. They use rejection as motivation. That's what fighters do. They don't run from pain. They face it head on. They use it to build power, to develop grit, to sharpen their mind. Pain becomes your teacher. Discipline becomes your weapon, and faith becomes your armor. You have to get to a place where quitting isn't even an option. You've got to decide that no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you fail, you will not stop until you win, because that's what fighters do. They adapt, they grow, they keep moving forward. Every punch life throws at you is an opportunity to learn. Every loss is a lesson. Every delay is preparation. The real fight is not about speed. It's about endurance. The ones who make it are the ones who can take the hits and still keep standing. You've got to outlast the pain. You've got to outlast the doubt. You've got to outlast the fear. You have to embrace the fight, embrace the grind, love the process as much as the reward. Because when you love the fight, you stop running from it. You start growing through it. You start to realize that every obstacle is just another chance to prove your strength and win. You finally reach your goal. When you finally stand on top, you'll know it was worth every sacrifice. You'll look back and realize that the struggle didn't break you. It built you. That's the truth of success. It's not handed down. It's fought for. Every great thing in life is earned through sweat, through scars, through perseverance. So if you want success, prepare to fight, prepare to grind, prepare to go through seasons of pain and uncertainty. But know this, if you stay in the fight long enough, you'll win, because the universe rewards persistence. It rewards those who refuse to give up. The ones who survive the storm, who keep moving when others stop. Those are the ones who win. You can have everything you've ever dreamed of, but you've got to be willing to go through the fire to get it. You've got to be willing to sacrifice, to endure, to push past every obstacle. Success is not a gift. It's a war, and only the fighters survive. Discipline over motivation. That's the key difference between the ones who make it and the ones who don't. Motivation is loud, exciting, and emotional. It makes you feel unstoppable for a moment. But discipline is quiet. Discipline shows up when no one is cheering. Discipline doesn't need applause. It doesn't need feelings, and it doesn't need perfect conditions. Discipline gets up, shows up, and works no matter what's going on. Motivation fades the moment things get hard, but discipline stays when the excitement dies. That's why only the disciplined ever truly win. You see, everybody loves to talk about motivation. They love those quick bursts of energy, those quotes that make them feel like they can conquer the world. But what happens when the music stops? What happens when life hits back? When the alarm rings at 4 a.m. and your body says, just 5 more minutes? That's where motivation dies. Because motivation is a feeling, and feelings are inconsistent. Discipline, on the other hand, is a decision. It's a commitment. It's saying, no matter how I feel, I'm doing it anyway. That's what separates the pros from the amateurs, the legends from the ordinary. Discipline doesn't care about your emotions. You can cry, you can complain, you can get tired. But discipline says, do it anyway. When it rains, discipline says we still train. When you fail, discipline says we still go again. When you're heartbroken, exhausted, or doubting yourself, discipline whispers, get up. Motivation will make you start, but discipline will make you finish. Because success isn't about how hard you start. It's about how long you can keep going when it's no longer fun. There will be days when you don't feel like doing anything. When you're tired of the grind, when you're sick of the process, when you question why you even began. That's when you must remember, discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Everyone wants to be successful until they see the price tag. Success costs time. It costs energy. It costs comfort. It costs sleep. And only the disciplined are willing to pay it. The rest talk about goals but never reach them. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity. But the disciplined, they create their own opportunities through consistency. Discipline is not glamorous. It's not always inspiring. It's repetition. It's doing the same thing every single day, even when you're not seeing results. It's trusting the process when nothing seems to be changing. That's why so many people quit. They mistake progress for perfection. But discipline understands that growth is invisible before it's visible. Discipline knows that planting seeds doesn't bring harvest overnight. You have to water it daily, even when it looks dead, even when it feels pointless, because every drop, every effort, every step compounds. Discipline is the long game, slow, patient, relentless. Look around. Every great athlete, every entrepreneur, every world changer you admire isn't the most talented. They're the most disciplined. Michael Jordan didn't always feel motivated to train, but he did it anyway. Serena Williams didn't always feel like waking up early to practice, but she did it anyway. Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Denzel Washington, none of them built their legacies on motivation. They built it on discipline because they understood that the moment you depend on motivation, you've already lost. You can't build a dream on something that comes and goes. You need consistency. You need structure. You need discipline. Discipline is what builds character. Motivation makes you feel good, but discipline makes you grow. Discipline is waking up early, even when no one's watching. It's showing up when nobody believes in you. It's choosing to stay focused when everyone else is distracted. It's eating right when you'd rather cheat, studying when you'd rather sleep, training when you'd rather rest. That's what makes champions. Not excitement, not hype, discipline. Discipline is boring to most people, but it's beautiful to those who understand its power. Because when you master discipline, you master yourself. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can't control whether you quit or keep going. You can control whether you waste time or use it wisely. Discipline gives you power over your own life. Motivation gives you energy for a moment, but discipline gives you direction for a lifetime. Motivation says, I feel like it. Discipline says, I made a decision. Motivation is about emotion. Discipline is about execution. That's the difference between people who talk and people who achieve. Think about the moments when you wanted to quit, the moments when you felt like it was over. What got you through? It wasn't motivation. It was the decision to keep going. The decision to finish what you started. The decision to not let your emotions dictate your destiny. That's discipline. And once you develop it, once you truly commit to it, nothing can stop you. Because the disciplined mind doesn't break easily. The disciplined heart doesn't fold under pressure. The disciplined soul doesn't give up. It adjusts, adapts, and advances. Discipline doesn't mean you don't get tired. It means you don't stop when you're tired. It means you rest, recover, and come back stronger. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about doing the small things right every single day. That's what builds habits, and habits build destiny. When you make discipline your foundation, success becomes inevitable, because no matter how many times you fail, you'll always rise again. No matter how many doors close, you'll always knock again. No matter how many setbacks you face, you'll always find another way forward. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're training your mind to win. You're teaching yourself to stay strong under pressure. You're building the resilience that separates greatness from mediocrity. Discipline is like a muscle. It grows the more you use it. The more you push yourself when you don't feel like it, the stronger you become. You start realizing that you don't need motivation to move. You move because it's who you are, because it's your standard, because it's your identity. Discipline transforms effort into excellence. It's not easy. You'll have days when everything in you screams to take it easy. You'll have moments when you question if it's all worth it. But those moments are the test. Those moments are what define you. Because it's easy to stay disciplined when everything's going your way. But it's when life falls apart that real discipline is revealed. That's when you find out if you're truly committed or just interested. The disciplined don't need conditions. They create results regardless of them. There's no magic formula for success, just discipline. Discipline to wake up early, discipline to study harder, discipline to stay focused, discipline to believe when no one else does. Discipline to grind, even when it's boring. That's how you separate from the pack. Most people start strong but finish weak because they rely on feelings. They rely on bursts of energy that fade. But the ones who win, the ones who rise to the top, are the ones who stay consistent no matter what. Every day you have two choices, the easy way or the disciplined way. The easy way brings temporary comfort. The disciplined way brings lasting success. The easy way feels good now. The disciplined way feels good forever. Every time you choose discipline, you invest in your future. Every time you skip it, you sabotage your potential. You can't escape the responsibility of discipline and expect to enjoy the rewards of greatness. It doesn't work like that. You either suffer the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. So train your mind to choose discipline. Wake up even when you don't want to. Do the work even when you're uninspired. Keep showing up, because one day everything you've worked for will show up too. And when it does, you'll realize that discipline didn't just help you achieve your goals. It helped you become the kind of person capable of maintaining them. Motivation may get you started, but discipline will finish the race. Discipline will carry you through storms, through failures, through loneliness. And when everyone else quits, you'll still be standing, because discipline made you unshakable. That's what separates winners from dreamers. Winners understand that motivation is temporary, but discipline is forever. Motivation fades, but discipline grows. Motivation excites, but discipline transforms. If you want to change your life, stop waiting to feel ready and start choosing to be consistent. Because the truth is simple. Motivation might make you move, but discipline makes you unstoppable. Mental toughness separates the strong from the weak. It's not the muscles, not the money, not the fancy degree that determines who wins. It's the mindset. The mind is the control center of everything you do. If your mind isn't strong, your body, your talent, your dreams, none of it will carry you far. Because life will test you in ways that strength alone can't handle. It'll push you into corners where you'll have to decide whether to break or to fight. Mental toughness is that invisible armor that keeps you standing when everything else collapses. It's what makes some people rise while others give up. It's what makes the difference between almost and achievement, between surviving and conquering. Every person who has ever succeeded has faced pain, doubt, and fear. The difference wasn't that their journey was easier. It was that their mind was stronger. They refused to surrender. When the world said, "You're done," they said, "Watch me." Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build piece by piece through struggle and failure. It's forged in moments of frustration, disappointment, and defeat. Every time you get knocked down and decide to get back up, your mind grows stronger. Every time you choose to keep moving when you feel broken, you're training your mental muscles. The truth is, life doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care how tired you are, how many times you've tried, or how unfair things seem. Life is going to throw punches at you, and some of them are going to hurt. But mental toughness means you take those hits and keep standing. You learn to breathe through the pain and focus on the mission. It's not about pretending everything is fine. It's about knowing that even when it's not, you've got what it takes to make it through. Mental toughness is the voice in your head that says, "I can handle this," even when your body is screaming, "I can't." You've got to train your mind like you train your body. Just like muscles grow from resistance, your mind grows through pressure. When things get hard, that's not the time to quit. That's the time to grow. Every obstacle is an opportunity to strengthen your mindset. Every hardship is a lesson. When you face rejection, learn from it. When you fail, reflect and rise. When you feel fear, face it. Because every time you choose courage over comfort, your mind becomes more resilient. The stronger your mind becomes, the less control circumstances have over you. Mental toughness is about mastering your emotions. It's not about ignoring them, but about not letting them control you. There will be days when you feel angry, frustrated, hopeless, but you can't let those emotions make your decisions. You can feel pain and still move forward. You can be scared and still take action. You can be uncertain and still have faith. That's what strong-minded people do. They act in spite of their emotions. They know that feelings are temporary, but results are permanent. They don't allow a bad day to destroy their purpose. They remind themselves that storms pass, but progress stays. Weak minds crumble under pressure because they depend on comfort. The moment something goes wrong, they fold. The moment life gets inconvenient, they retreat. But strong minds, they adapt, they adjust, they find a way. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They make progress in the middle of chaos because they understand that perfection doesn't exist, and waiting for it is just another form of fear. Mental toughness means taking the next step even when the path is unclear. It means believing in your ability to figure things out. It means knowing that quitting won't make the pain go away, but pushing through might lead to victory. There will be moments when you're alone, when nobody understands what you're going through, when it feels like the whole world has turned its back on you. That's when mental toughness becomes your greatest weapon, because it's in isolation that your strength is revealed. It's in the quiet, painful moments that you realize what you're made of. You start to hear that inner voice that says, keep going. You start to trust yourself. You start to realize that you don't need validation to keep pushing. You just need vision. Mental toughness is born in those moments when giving up feels easier, but you choose to stay in the fight anyway. The mind is like a battlefield. Every day you're fighting thoughts of doubt, fear, and failure. You're fighting against that voice that tells you you can't do it. And every time you silence that voice with action, you win. Mental toughness is about consistency in the fight. It's about showing up every day, even when the odds are against you. It's about refusing to let your circumstances dictate your confidence. When you train your mind to stay focused under stress, you become unstoppable, because the truth is your body will give up before your mind does, unless your mind tells it not to. You've got to stop waiting for things to be easy. Life will never stop testing you. It's supposed to be hard. That's how you grow. The harder it gets, the tougher you become. Every challenge, every failure, every heartbreak, these are weights for your mental gym. And just like lifting heavier weights builds stronger muscles, enduring heavier struggles builds stronger minds. You can't pray for strength and expect comfort. You can't ask for greatness and expect ease. You can't want to win and expect not to fight. Mental toughness also means accountability. It means taking full responsibility for your actions, your results, and your life. It's easy to blame others for your problems, but strong minds don't waste time pointing fingers. They focus on finding solutions. They don't play the victim. They play the victor. When things go wrong, they don't ask, why me? They ask, what can I learn from this? That shift in mindset changes everything, because the moment you realize you're in control of your response, you stop feeling powerless. You start feeling powerful. You must learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth never comes from comfort zones. The only way to build mental toughness is to challenge yourself daily. Wake up early when you'd rather sleep in. Do the extra set when your body says stop. Study longer when your mind says it's enough. Push past what's easy, because every time you stretch your limits, they expand. And one day, what once felt impossible will feel natural. That's the beauty of mental strength. It's limitless once you start believing in yourself. People will doubt you. They'll underestimate you. They'll laugh at your dreams. Let them, because while they talk, you work. While they sleep, you grind. While they give up, you endure. Mental toughness is built through consistency, through quiet perseverance. You don't need to announce your strength. It will show in your results. You'll stop needing to prove people wrong, because success will speak louder than any argument. Strong minds are not loud. They're focused. They don't waste time convincing others. They're too busy conquering themselves. You will have failures. You will fall. You will make mistakes. That's part of the process. Mental toughness isn't about never falling. It's about how fast you get back up. It's about looking failure in the eye and saying, you're not finished with me yet. Every setback is a setup for a comeback, but only if you refuse to stay down. The moment you decide that failure is feedback, not finality, you gain control over your destiny. The mind that learns to turn pain into purpose, mistakes into lessons, and obstacles into opportunities. That mind can't be stopped. So build your mind brick by brick. Feed it with positivity. Protect it from negativity. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, not those who keep you comfortable. Your environment shapes your mindset, so choose it wisely. Read books that stretch your perspective. Listen to voices that fuel your faith. Take care of your body, because it fuels your mind. Rest when you need to, but don't retreat permanently. Mental toughness doesn't mean you never rest. It means you never quit. When life hits hard, don't run. Stand your ground. Remind yourself that you've been through worse and survived. You've faced storms before and made it out stronger. Every scar you carry is proof of your resilience. Every challenge you overcome becomes evidence of your strength. When you start seeing obstacles as opportunities to grow, your fear disappears. You begin to realize that nothing can truly break you if your mind refuses to bend. The mind is the most powerful weapon you have. If you can control it, you can conquer anything. If you let it control you, you'll lose everything. So train it daily, discipline it, strengthen it, push it beyond its comfort zone. Because mental toughness isn't about being fearless. It's about facing your fears and moving anyway. It's about walking into the fire, knowing you might get burned, but trusting that you'll come out stronger. At the end of the day, everything begins and ends in the mind. The battles you win out there are first won up here. If your mind believes it, your body will follow. If your mind stays strong, no storm can drown you. So guard it, grow it, and feed it with purpose. Because the moment you decide that nothing can break you, the universe has no choice but to make that true. That's the power of mental toughness. It doesn't wait for the world to change. It changes you so that you can face the world head on. When life hits you, it doesn't tap you politely on the shoulder. It comes at you like a storm, fierce, loud, and unrelenting. You wake up one morning and everything you thought was steady starts to shake. Your plans fall apart, your energy fades, and your dreams feel too far to touch. It's in those moments that most people give up, but not you. Not the one who understands that this journey is going to be a dogfight. You see, when Eric Thomas says it's going to be a dogfight, he means it's going to test everything inside you. Your patience, your willpower, your resilience, your faith. It's going to strip you of comfort, of excuses, of everything easy, until the only thing left standing is your hunger to win. Because the truth is, greatness doesn't come easy. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't listen to your excuses. And it definitely doesn't wait for you to get ready. Greatness demands sacrifice. It demands that you go through pain, through exhaustion, through disappointment, and still keep pushing forward. The dogfight is not about strength alone. It's about stamina. It's about staying in the ring when your body says, I'm done. When your mind whispers it's over, and you still find one more reason to keep swinging. It's about that moment when your back hits the wall and you make a decision. Either I break or I become unbreakable. Every person chasing a dream will face this moment. You'll wake up one day with doubt crawling through your veins. You'll hear that little voice telling you it's too hard, that you're not good enough, that you've tried everything. That's when the dogfight begins. That's when you stop being soft and start becoming savage for your vision. You stop asking for life to get easier. You start getting stronger. You stop hoping for opportunities to appear. You start creating them. You stop waiting for someone to believe in you. You start believing in yourself so fiercely that no rejection, no failure, no setback can silence that fire inside you. You see, life is not giving out trophies for trying. Life rewards those who stay in the fight long after others have quit. It's easy to look good when things go right, but can you still rise when everything goes wrong? Can you still show up when nobody's clapping? Can you still grind when the lights are off, when no one's watching, when there's no applause waiting for you at the end? That's the dog fight. It's lonely, it's hard, it's painful, but it's also where champions are born. When Eric Thomas says it's going to be a dog fight, he's telling you that you're going to face resistance from the world, from people, and from your own mind. You're going to question why you even started. But this is where your why has to be bigger than your pain. You have to know deep down why you wake up every morning. Maybe it's for your family. Maybe it's for your name. Maybe it's because you refuse to die average. Whatever it is, it has to burn so hot that no amount of struggle can put it out. That why becomes your weapon in the fight. That why becomes your reason to get up after you've been knocked down 10 times. That why becomes the roar that drowns out every doubt, every fear, every critic. Because the truth is, the fight never gets easier. You just get stronger. Every loss teaches you something. Every failure sharpens you. Every disappointment builds a layer of toughness that can't be broken. You start realizing that pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. That suffering isn't your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. And once you understand that, you stop running from the fight, start running toward it. You stop being afraid of the dark days because you know that's where your power is forged. You might get tired. You might cry. You might even fall to your knees. But hear this, as long as you're still breathing, you're still in the fight. And as long as you're still in the fight, you can still win. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the strongest. You just have to refuse to quit. You just have to keep showing up, even when everything in you wants to stop. That's how you win dog fights. Not by talent, but by heart. Not by comfort, but by courage. Not by luck, but by discipline. So the next time life hits you, don't flinch. Don't run. Look it dead in the eye and say, I've been waiting for this, because every punch it throws is building you. Every challenge it gives is shaping you. Every battle you survive is proof that you're stronger than you were yesterday. You're not weak. You're not average. You're a fighter. And this fight, this hard, messy, painful, exhausting fight, is exactly what's going to make you legendary. The dog fight is not the end, it's the process. It's what separates those who dream from those who do. It's what takes ordinary people and turns them into extraordinary stories. And the best part, once you survive one dogfight, the next one doesn't scare you anymore. You start walking into storms with your chest out because you've already seen what you're made of. You've already fought your demons and won. You've already proven that no matter how bad it gets, you've got the heart of a warrior who refuses to lose. So let them doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them say you'll never make it. Because when it's all said and done and the dust settles and the weak have quit, you'll still be standing. Bruised, maybe, tired, definitely, but undefeated because you understood one truth. It's going to be a dogfight, but it's going to be worth it. You can't expect to walk into success quietly. You can't expect greatness to come knocking politely on your door with a smile. You've got to go after it like your life depends on it, because it does. Eric Thomas said it best. It's going to be a dogfight. That means the road won't be smooth, the climb won't be easy, and the struggle won't stop when you're tired. It will test your hunger. It will measure your willpower. It will challenge how bad you really want it. See, when you set a goal, the universe doesn't just hand it over to you. It asks a simple question: how much are you willing to suffer for this? And most people, they don't like that question. They want the dream without the grind, the success without the sweat, the reward without the risk. But you, if you're serious, have to understand that life doesn't work like that. Every level of your journey comes with a fight, a struggle, a storm that will shake you until only your true self remains. That's when you discover whether you were built for comfort or built for battle. You will wake up some mornings exhausted. You'll feel the weight of failure pressing on your chest. You'll look in the mirror and see someone questioning if it's worth it. And in that moment, you'll have two choices: fold or fight. Most people fold because the pain screams louder than the dream. But if you want to win, you have to learn to keep swinging when your arms are heavy, keep running when your legs burn, and keep believing when your mind is screaming that it's over. That's the heart of a dogfight. No surrender, no retreat, no excuses. The truth is, life is going to punch you in the face. It's going to knock you down and dare you to get up again. The people who make it are not the ones who never fall. They're the ones who refuse to stay down. Every setback is a setup for your comeback, but only if you refuse to quit. Because the world doesn't owe you sympathy. It owes you opportunity. But opportunity only belongs to those who fight for it, bleed for it, and grind for it long after everyone else has gone home. You have to understand something deep. Every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. They didn't start strong. They didn't have it all figured. They were scared, tired, broken, uncertain, but they stayed in the fight. When others went to sleep, they kept working. When others said, I can't, they said, watch me. When others saw walls, they saw ways through. That's what separates the winners from the rest. Not luck, not talent, but relentless persistence in the face of pain. Pain is not your enemy. It's your training partner. It's the voice that tells you there's more in you. Every time you hurt, every time you fail, every time you fall short, it's life testing your limits. It's asking, do you still want it? And your answer must always be yes. You've got to be willing to go through the fire and come out stronger. You've got to stop asking for things to be easy. Stop begging for shortcuts. You don't need easy. You need purpose. You need fight. Because what's built in comfort collapses in pressure, but what's built in struggle lasts forever. You're going to lose people on the way. Some will doubt you, others will laugh at you, and some will leave when it gets hard. But that's okay. Not everyone can go where you're going. Some people aren't built for the climb. Don't waste your energy trying to convince them. Focus on your mission. Keep your circle tight and your vision tighter. Every distraction is a test to see if you're serious about your dream. If it doesn't push you forward, let it go. There will be days when you feel invisible, when no one claps for you, when no one sees the grind, the tears, the sacrifices. That's when you build character. That's when you learn to clap for yourself, because real fighters don't need an audience. They fight because they must. They fight because something inside them refuses to die quietly. They fight because quitting would mean betraying the very soul that dreams inside them. You've got to fall in love with the process, the early mornings, the late nights, the long hours, the silence. You've got to fall in love with the days when nothing seems to work. That's when you're being built. Because success isn't born in victory, it's forged in failure. The dogfight is not glamorous, it's ugly, it's raw, it's painful, but it's real. It's where your strength is revealed, your character is tested, and your destiny is shaped. There will come a point when you're at the edge of your limit and you'll think, I can't take any more. That's when the fight truly begins. Because everything before that was just warm-up. The dogfight starts when your back hits the wall and you have nothing left but heart. When you've run out of energy, out of options, out of excuses, but not out of will, that's when you tap into a power you didn't know you had. That's when you become unstoppable. Most people stop when they're tired. Winners stop when they're done. And that's the difference. You can't let emotions dictate your effort. You can't let fear decide your future. You have to lead yourself through the dark, because there won't always be motivation. There will be days where discipline is your only weapon. The grind won't always feel good, but it will always be worth it. And one day, not today, not tomorrow, but one day, you'll look back at every struggle, every heartbreak, every sleepless night, and realize it all made sense. You'll see that the fight was never against the world. It was against the weaker version of yourself. Every challenge was designed to build a stronger, tougher, hungrier version of you. And that version, that's the one who wins. That's the one who walks out of the storm, not just surviving, but thriving. So if you're in the middle of the fight right now, if life feels like it's tearing you apart, don't run, don't quit, don't let the pain convince you to surrender. Stand tall, even when it hurts. Keep moving, even when it's dark. Roar louder than the doubt inside you. Because when it's all said and done, when the battle's over and the dust settles, you'll realize something powerful. You didn't just survive the dogfight. You became the dog that never gave up. When you step into the arena of life, you have to understand something. Nobody's going to hand you victory. Nobody's going to open doors just because you dream big. You've got to fight for every inch, every breath, every opportunity. Eric Thomas said it clearly. It's going to be a dogfight. And that's not just a catchy phrase. That's a warning and a promise. It means the road to success will not be paved with comfort. It will be filled with resistance, setbacks, rejections, and pain. But if you can endure the pain, if you can stay in the fight long enough, what's waiting for you on the other side will change everything. See, most people start strong. They're excited in the beginning. They post motivational quotes, talk about their goals, make big plans. But as soon as the punches start coming, when they fail, when people doubt them, when things take longer than expected, they start backing off. They start shrinking. They say, maybe this isn't for me. But that's not the voice of truth. That's the voice of comfort, the voice of weakness trying to protect you from growth. Because growth doesn't feel good. It hurts. It stretches you. It demands parts of you that you didn't even know existed. The dogfight begins when comfort ends. When the world stops clapping and you have to clap for yourself. When the people who said, I got you, disappear. When your bank account says, stop dreaming, and your heart says, keep going. That's where the real battle begins. Not outside, but inside. Your biggest enemy isn't the competition. It's the part of you that wants to give up. It's the voice that tells you it's too hard, that nobody cares, that it's pointless. You've got to fight that voice with everything you got. You've got to say, I didn't come this far to only come this far. Every fighter knows the ring doesn't care about your excuses. The ring only cares about your will to stay standing. And life works the same way. Doesn't matter if you're tired. Doesn't matter if you're scared. It doesn't matter if you don't feel ready. What matters is that you show up and refuse to back down. The people who make it aren't those who had it easy. They're the ones who kept going when it was hardest. You have to train your mind like a muscle. Every day you don't quit, you get stronger. Every day you keep going despite fear, you build discipline. Every day you push through pain, you grow resilience. And resilience, that's what separates the average from the great. Because life doesn't reward those who almost make it. It rewards those who finish, those who endure the storm and still find the strength to rise again. When Eric Thomas says it's a dogfight, he means there will be blood, there will be sweat, there will be tears. You'll have nights where you question your purpose. You'll have mornings where you can barely get out of bed. You'll have moments where the dream feels impossible. But that's the price of chasing something extraordinary. If it were easy, everyone would do it. The pain is proof that you're on the right path, because nobody grows in comfort. The struggle is the signal that something inside you is being built, a better version of you, a stronger version, a wiser version. You got to fall in love with the grind. You've got to find beauty in the struggle, because the grind will not love you back right away. It won't give you instant results. It won't pat you on the back for showing up. But one day it will reward your consistency. One day the sacrifices will make sense. One day the nights of doubt will turn into mornings of victory, but only if you don't quit before that day comes. The problem is most people give up right before the breakthrough. They stop swinging when the fight is almost over. They lose faith right before the finish line. Don't be that person. Don't let temporary pain make you lose permanent progress. You've got to learn to fight through exhaustion, because pain is temporary. It will pass. But quitting lasts forever. When you quit, you have to live with the regret of what if. And that regret will eat at you far more than any hardship ever could. You've got to remind yourself why you started. You didn't come this far just to quit. You didn't suffer this long just to walk away. You didn't lose sleep, fight battles, and face rejection just to go back to average. You've got to remember your why, that reason that burns deep in your chest. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your dream. Maybe it's because you refuse to be ordinary. Whatever it is, hold it close. Let it fuel you when everything else fades. Because your why will pull you through the pain when your body and mind want to give up. And when you're in that dark place, when it feels like the world is against you, when every door closes, when nothing seems to work, that's when you dig deeper. That's when you go to war with your doubt. That's when you say, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how hard it gets. I'm not leaving this fight until I win. That's the mindset of a champion. That's what separates the dogs from the pups. Hunger. Hunger that doesn't fade. Hunger that doesn't get satisfied with small wins. Hunger that keeps growing until it devours fear, failure, and frustration. You have to become obsessed with your dream. It has to mean more than sleep, more than comfort, more than what people think of you. Because when you're obsessed, you don't make excuses. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. You don't wait for perfect conditions. You make them. You don't talk about what you're going to do. You do it every single day, no matter what. And here's the truth. It's not going to get easier. The higher you climb, the harder it gets. The stronger you become, the tougher the battles. But that's okay. That means you're growing. That means you're leveling up. That means the fight is shaping you into something unbreakable. Because at the end of the day, life isn't testing how much you can get. It's testing how much you can take and still keep moving forward. You might get knocked down. You might lose rounds. You might cry in silence. But as long as you keep getting up, as long as you keep swinging, you're still in the fight. And as long as you're still in the fight, you can still win. That's what the dog fight is all about. Not perfection, but persistence. Not comfort, but courage. Not fearlessness, but faith in yourself. So keep fighting, keep pushing, keep grinding. Every battle is preparing you for the victory waiting on the other side. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every tear is proof that you cared enough to try. Every failure is a lesson that brought you closer to success. This isn't the end. It's just part of the process. The dog fight is messy, but it's necessary, because only through the fight do you discover who you truly are. Not what the world told you to be, but who you were meant to become. And when you finally stand on the other side, tired but triumphant, you'll understand why it had to be a dog fight. You'll understand that every struggle, every sleepless night, every sacrifice wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Life wasn't trying to break you. It was building you. Because only the ones who survive the dog fight are strong enough to handle the victory that follows. Life isn't some peaceful journey filled with sunshine and applause. It's a battlefield. Every day you wake up, you're at war with laziness, fear, doubt, and the voice inside your head that tells you to quit. The path to success isn't lined with comfort. It's paved with blood, sweat, and tears. You don't get to greatness by chance. You earn it through pain, through loss, through persistence, when everything around you screams stop. You have to understand something. The dogfight isn't a one-time event. It's not just one challenge or one bad day. It's the constant grind of showing up when you don't feel like it, of pushing forward when the world pushes back. The dogfight is every morning you wake up tired but still chase your dream. It's every night you go to bed frustrated because things aren't moving fast enough. It's every moment when you could quit but decide not to. That's what separates the average from the exceptional. Not talent, not luck, but the refusal to surrender. Because here's the truth. Everybody wants success, but not everybody wants to fight for it. Everybody wants the results, but few are willing to endure the process. The process is where champions are made. It's where the weak drop out and the strong rise. It's where you learn to depend on your discipline, not your mood. It's where you stop waiting for motivation and start relying on consistency. It's where you understand that dreams don't come to those who wish. They come to those who work relentlessly while others sleep. When life gets hard, and it will, you'll be tempted to back down. You'll feel the pain of rejection, the sting of failure, the loneliness of being misunderstood. But those moments aren't meant to break you. They're meant to shape you. Every failure carries a lesson. Every setback is training your spirit to endure. You can't learn toughness in comfort. You can't build resilience in peace. You can't become great without going through the fire. That's what the dogfight is. The fire that burns away weakness and reveals your true strength. You'll have people who doubt you. You'll have people who laugh at you. You'll have people who tell you you're wasting your time. But remember this, no one who ever made history was understood in the beginning. Every visionary, every leader, every dreamer was ridiculed before they were respected. You can't let other people's opinions define your path. You can't let their small thinking shrink your big vision. Let them doubt, let them talk, let them laugh, because one day those same people will look at you and realize they were wrong. The dogfight demands a different mindset. You can't just want it. You have to need it. You have to crave success the way a starving man craves food. You have to wake up every day with fire in your soul and determination in your veins, because when things get tough, and they will, only hunger keeps you going. Talent will fade. Luck will run out. But hunger will drive you to dig deeper, work harder, and fight longer than anyone else. There will be times when you're exhausted, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. You'll question everything. You'll wonder if all this sacrifice is worth it. You'll feel like giving up would be easier. But that's when you have to remind yourself, the pain you're feeling right now is temporary. It's shaping you. It's preparing you. It's building a version of you that can handle the weight of your destiny. Because greatness isn't about how hard you can hit. It's about how many hits you can take and still keep moving forward. In a dogfight, there's no comfort. There's no rest. It's ugly, it's raw, and it's real. You're going to cry. You're going to hurt. You're going to want to scream, but you can't stop. You can't quit. Every second you fight, you're getting closer to the version of yourself you're meant to become. Every time you say, I'm done, but keep going anyway, you're proving that you're not built to break. That's what separates winners from quitters. Not that winners never fall, but that they always rise. You have to make a decision. Are you going to live your life as a victim or as a warrior? Because life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your struggles. It only responds to your effort. You either fight for your dream or you watch it die in front of you. You either give everything you've got or you live with regret. There's no middle ground. You can't be halfway committed to your goals. You've got to be all in, mind, body, and soul. Discipline is your greatest weapon in this fight. There will be days when motivation disappears, when you don't feel like doing the work. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline means showing up even when it hurts. It means putting in the hours when no one is watching. It means sacrificing comfort today for success tomorrow. That's the price champions pay. They do what needs to be done, not what feels good. And you've got to stop expecting the journey to be fair. Life doesn't play fair. You'll see people getting ahead who didn't work as hard as you. You'll see others getting opportunities you feel you deserve. Don't get bitter, get better. Because your time will come if you stay in the fight. The dogfight doesn't reward speed. It rewards endurance. The one who lasts the longest wins. It's not about being perfect. It's about being relentless. Every time you fall, you get back up. Every time you fail, you learn. Every time you're doubted, you prove them wrong. You keep moving forward, no matter how slow it feels, because progress, no matter how small, is still progress. And one day, those tiny steps will add up to something massive. The day will come when you'll look back and realize that every battle was necessary. Every sleepless night, every moment of pain, every rejection. It was all shaping you into the warrior you are now. You'll understand that the dog fight wasn't there to destroy you, but to reveal you. Because inside you, there's a fighter that refuses to lose. When life hits you the hardest, it's not the pain that defines you, it's your response. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you choose to stand up when everything around you tells you to fall. The greatest warriors, the true champions, they're not the ones who never fall. They're the ones who keep rising. No matter how many times they're knocked down, life will test you. It will stretch you. It will push you to the edge. But the question is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to rise? How bad do you want to overcome the storm? Most people quit when it gets hard. They want comfort more than they want success. They want the reward, but they don't want the struggle. But champions, they're built differently. They thrive in the storm. When others see obstacles, they see opportunities. When others cry, they fight. You have to be willing to embrace the pain, because that pain is your teacher. Every hardship, every loss, every sleepless night, it's molding you into the person you're meant to become. But if you quit too early, you'll never see what that version of you looks like. You'll never see what's waiting on the other side of perseverance. Every single dream, every single goal requires a price. You can't talk your way into greatness. You've got to grind your way there. You've got to be willing to wake up before the sun, stay up long after everyone's asleep, and keep moving even when your body screams no, because that's what separates winners from the rest. Discipline. Discipline is doing what has to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up when no one's watching. It's choosing progress over comfort every single day. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, moments when the world seems to be against you, moments when it feels like everything you touch falls apart. But that's when you remind yourself why you started. That's when you dig deeper and remind yourself that you're not doing this for the easy path. You're doing it to grow, to evolve, to become unstoppable. Pain is temporary. Quitting lasts forever. When you give up, you carry that regret for life. But when you push through, when you rise again, you carry pride, strength, and freedom. You've got to learn to be your own motivation. You can't depend on people to push you, to believe in you, to hold your hand, because sometimes no one will understand your vision. No one will see what you see, and that's okay, because your dream was given to you, not to them. You were chosen for this path, and that means you have to trust yourself, even when the road gets dark, when the doubt creeps in, when the fear gets loud. Remind yourself you were built for this. Every scar, every failure, every fall has prepared you for this moment. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the right circumstances. There will never be a perfect time. The right time is now. Every day you waste waiting is a day you'll never get back. You have to move. You have to act. You have to take one step forward, even if it's small, because progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. The world doesn't owe you anything. You have to go out there and take what's yours. You have to earn your spot, your success, your victory. You can't keep making excuses. You can't keep blaming others, blaming your past, blaming your situation. You have to take ownership of your life. You have to look in the mirror and say, I'm responsible. Because the moment you take ownership, that's the moment your life begins to change. That's when you take control of your destiny. Nobody is coming to save you. You are the hero of your story. And heroes don't quit. They rise. When you're tired, remember that rest is okay. Quitting is not. Winners rest, but they don't retreat. They recharge and come back stronger. Use your setbacks as fuel. Use your failures as lessons. Every fall is a chance to rise higher. Every mistake is a lesson in disguise. You just have to keep going, keep believing, and keep fighting. You have to love the grind. You have to love the process more than the reward. Because if you only love the reward, you'll quit when the process gets hard. But if you fall in love with the process, the daily grind, the hustle, the growth, then nothing can stop you. You'll become unstoppable because you'll no longer chase results. You'll chase greatness. There's greatness inside you, not in someone else, not in the world, but in you. But you'll never see it unless you dig deep enough to pull it out. You'll never discover it unless you push past your limits. Stop settling for average when greatness is in your DNA. Stop living like you have forever, because you don't. You only have now. You only have this moment. The pain you feel today is not punishment. It's preparation. It's building strength, character, and resilience. When life breaks you, it's not to destroy you. It's to rebuild you stronger. You're not supposed to have it easy. You're supposed to struggle, to learn, to evolve. The greatest mountains in life aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to show you how high you can climb. Every champion has scars. Every success story has chapters of pain, rejection, and failure. But they never stopped. They kept showing up, kept fighting, kept believing. That's what made them legends. So the next time life knocks you down, don't stay down. Rise again. Look that pain in the face and say, you can't break me. Because as long as you're breathing, you still have a chance. You have power inside you, a fire that can't be extinguished. But you've got to feed it. You've got to protect it. You've got to keep it burning when the world tries to put it out. Don't let temporary pain stop your permanent purpose. Don't let fear steal your destiny. Every second you doubt yourself, you're giving away your potential. So stand tall, fight back. Take control. You owe it to yourself to give everything you've got. When your mind says you're done, your body has 50% more left. When your heart says you can't go on, remind yourself you've come too far to quit now. You didn't endure all those sleepless nights, all those battles just to give up here. You're closer than you think. Keep pushing, keep fighting, keep moving forward, because one day the pain will fade and you'll look back proud, knowing that you didn't quit. You rose again, and when that day comes, you'll realize something powerful. It was never about the destination. It was about who you became in the process, the strength you built, the faith you discovered, the fire that never went out. That's the reward. That's the legacy. So no matter what life throws at you, keep rising, keep fighting, and keep believing, because you were born to rise again. There will come a point in your life where you'll be standing at the edge, tired, beaten, questioning if it's even worth it anymore. You'll look at your journey and wonder why the path seems so long, why the climb feels endless, and why the pain keeps coming. But it's in that exact moment that your character is being forged. Because success doesn't come to those who want it. It comes to those who refuse to give up, no matter how heavy the storm gets. Life doesn't hand victories to the comfortable. It rewards those who keep moving forward, even when their legs are shaking, their minds are doubting, and their hearts are breaking. When you feel like you've got nothing left to give, that's when you have to dig deep and find something inside you that refuses to die. That's your will. That's your fire. That's the voice inside that whispers, keep going. You see, everyone talks about wanting success, but very few are willing to endure what it demands. People love to dream about greatness, but they hate the grind that builds it. They want the outcome, but not the process. They want the applause, but not the silence. They want the victory, but not the scars. You've got to understand something. Success is not built on comfort. It's built on pain, sacrifice, and relentless effort. Every sleepless night, every rejection, every failure, those are the bricks that build your greatness. Every time you push through when you could have stopped, you're adding another layer to your foundation. Champions are made in the dark when nobody's watching. While others are sleeping, they're working. While others are doubting, they're believing. And while others quit, they rise. Life will break you down to your knees. It will test your patience, your faith, your endurance. You'll lose people. You'll fail at things you thought you were good at. You'll question your purpose. And in those moments, you'll be tempted to quit. But that's exactly when you must not. Because those moments aren't there to destroy you. They're there to reveal you. The struggle is not your enemy. It's your trainer. It's preparing you for what you said you wanted. You said you wanted to be great. You said you wanted to be successful. You said you wanted to make a difference. Well, greatness doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It comes through sleepless nights, through heartbreak, through pain. The universe will challenge you to see how badly you want it. When everything falls apart, will you still believe? When no one claps for you, will you still show up? When your body aches and your spirit trembles, will you still rise? Because that's what separates dreamers from doers. Every time you think it's over, it's not. That's just the beginning of a new chapter. Growth feels like breaking sometimes. It feels like chaos before clarity. The seed has to be buried before it can grow. The diamond has to endure pressure before it shines. And you have to go through the fire before you can rise as gold. You can't skip the process. You can't avoid the pain. You can only face it, embrace it, and let it make you stronger. The truth is, success is a lonely road. There will be nights when no one understands your hustle. Days when people will doubt your dreams. Times when you'll question if you're even on the right path. But that's the price you pay for chasing something bigger than average. Average people don't understand obsession. They don't understand waking up early, sacrificing comfort, missing out on distractions because you're chasing something greater. But one day, when your vision becomes reality, those same people will call you lucky, not realizing that your luck was built in sweat, pain, and persistence. Don't let temporary pain make you forget your purpose. Every tear, every setback, every heartbreak, it's all part of your transformation. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. Sometimes you have to lose everything to gain what truly matters. Sometimes you have to go through darkness to appreciate the light. You may not see it now, but one day you'll look back and realize that every failure was pushing you towards something better. There will be moments when quitting seems easier, when the pain feels unbearable and your dreams feel too far away. But let me tell you something. Quitting doesn't make it easier. It just makes it permanent. Pain is temporary. Regret lasts forever. The pain of discipline will make you stronger, but the pain of quitting will haunt you. So choose your pain wisely. If you're going to hurt, let it be the hurt that builds you, not the one that breaks you. You have to remind yourself why you started. Remember that version of you who dreamed of being here, who prayed for this chance, who believed that life could be more. Don't let that version of you down. You owe it to yourself to see this through. You owe it to your future self to keep fighting. Every time you push through, you're rewriting your story. You're proving that you're stronger than your excuses, tougher than your fears, and greater than your circumstances. You are not defined by what happens to you. You're defined by how you respond. Life doesn't care about your feelings. It respects your grind. So when life pushes you, push back harder. When it knocks you down, get up faster. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. You stop when your purpose is fulfilled. You stop when you've given every last ounce of energy toward what you believe in. You've got to learn to silence the noise, the opinions, the doubts, the fears. People will project their limitations onto you because they couldn't achieve it themselves. Don't let their camp become your reality. You have to believe in yourself even when no one else does. You have to see the vision even when it's blurry. You have to trust the process even when it doesn't make sense. Because faith isn't believing when it's easy. It's believing when it's hardest. And here's something you have to understand. The breakthrough always comes right after the breakdown. Just when you feel like you can't take another step, that's when everything changes. But you'll never know that if you quit. You'll never know how close you were if you give up now. The moment you want to quit the most is usually the moment right before your miracle. So hold on, keep going. You're closer than you think. Success doesn't belong to the smartest, the richest, or the luckiest. It belongs to the ones who refuse to quit. It belongs to the ones who keep getting back up, no matter how many times they fall. The ones who turn pain into power, obstacles into opportunities, and fear into fuel. Those are the ones who rise. Those are the ones who win. Every time you fail, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You've learned, you've grown, you've evolved. Every failure adds a new weapon to your arsenal. Every mistake makes you wiser. Every setback strengthens your comeback. Don't waste your pain. Use it. Let it drive you. Let it remind you of what you're capable of. There's a version of you waiting on the other side of pain. Stronger, wiser, unstoppable. But to meet that version, you have to keep moving. You have to walk through the fire. You have to embrace the grind. You have to trust that everything you're going through is preparing you for everything you've prayed for. So when life gets heavy and you feel like breaking, remember this: pressure creates diamonds, fire forges steel, and struggle builds strength. You are being refined, not destroyed. You're being shaped into something extraordinary. Don't let the pain fool you into thinking it's over. It's only the beginning of your rise. Keep fighting, keep believing, keep pushing forward, because your story isn't over. It's just getting started. You've got greatness inside you, but it's up to you to bring it out. Don't stop until you've given everything you've got. Don't stop until the world sees what you were always meant to be.